wonderful topic of forming an aphasia group. So we had a lot of very knowledgeable people at our table and talked about a little bit about forming aphasia groups and also sustainability of these groups. So some of the things that we discussed is getting buy-in from your speech pathologist and from people with aphasia initially. So talking to them about aphasia groups and things like that, utilizing things like your speech pathology groups in your area, utilizing things like stroke support groups, talking to people about these groups, getting folks to talk about it and discuss it, what would be good for your particular community right at the get-go. A lot of times when people are involved with the choices, things grow. And I love the quote from Carol. She said, people support what they help create. So getting buy-in right away from people was a big thing. Using resources, of course, like technology is very important, but some folks, especially some of our older folks with aphasia, don't necessarily have that, so you have to tap into some other resources like local hospitals, different affiliation, using flyers, things like that as well. So that was a lot of the things we talked about. We talked about utilizing the skills with the people with aphasia in all of these groups is very important, and then just not necessarily always, once you have the groups, facilitating and maintaining the topic, but having conversational groups where it's literally where we talk about the groups and we walk in and it's free-flowing, natural conversation. Getting support, funding from any local resources, hospitals, American Stroke Association, things like that you can to help support. And remembering you can start groups small and natural. It can be literally a room with 2 to 3 people starting, and that can be a group. So they want to emphasize it can be, start with a small group, 2 or 3 people, and it will grow. So those were some of the things that we talked about, and there was actually a lot of other wonderful things, but I know Todd's going to cut me off. So.